Yo, what's going on? My name is Kyle Soderman, and I would love to start doing these kind of breakdown reaction videos to some of the past competitions, past matchups, USA National, Pan American, and then also probably do some of the European matches as well, just because honestly I haven't really watched much of the European side of everything. So this is beneficial for me because I get to go back and watch all of the matches and really break down, figure out how the different teams play as well as different athletes play. And then I hope it's also very much beneficial to World Chase Tag and then the fans and the viewership, just to put more content out there, give fans a better idea of how we think when we're actually on the quad and what's going through our minds. And I have this beautifully designed quad behind me, which is perfect 1-to-1 ratio. I spent a lot of time on it, as you can see as the tape is peeling up right there. Probably do a little bit of breaking down on this guy here and then just watch it and see what happens. All right, let's get into the first playoff match between Tempest and APK Grey. All right, we're starting off with Joe Unruh going up against, I believe that's Jake from APK Grey. Very easy tag by Joe. Really, Jake just got squirrely, got out of there way too soon. All right, Joe evading. He has a really cool scrambler style, which I do not. Good timing on Joe, seeing that he is up in the air. Amin is up in the air, can't really move. Good breakout. Ew, got close there. He's still good. Playing it super well. And that should be an invasion. Nice job, Joe. Yeah, really only one iffy spot right there as he was scrambling under the sisters. Amin probably could have had a dive tag, but got away with it. Wenxin tagging for APK Grey. He is an OG for the USA competitions. Oh, that was a really cool pass Joe was taking, but Wenxin caught that and just cut right through, got a good tag. I mean, honestly, Joe should have just kept on going to the tilted cube there, but he probably felt, what I'm guessing happened, he's probably felt that Wenxin was a little bit too close on his tail there. Thought he might have had a dive tag on him. Sean, incredibly solid tagger right there. Winston's playing this really well. I love that cut back. He's just waiting for him. Got pretty lucky there. Ooh. Wow. Just got a little squirrely. I think he was surprised he got away on that front line move there and got a little whack.
So yes, Wenxin unfortunately misstepped there. He did not catch the
Yeah, that was weird. I think he was taking that corner super wide and he doesn't. There's Megan in the background. He was just taking that corner too wide there. Wasn't expecting to do the rail strides. Brian is such a weird person to go up against because obviously his reach. Speed vaults, interesting choice on the Kong over the ridge, and easy tag. That was a beautiful move. We call that cutting the corner by Brian. He just, you'll see there, yep, cut up onto the lazy boy so you could have a quicker stride on the sisters. Excellent. Still 1-0, Tempest with 1. Jeff Garrido, way to push him out of there. If he was more confident, he probably could have gotten that tag. Running him down. This is such a weird chase because Jeff is such a short guy chasing such a tall dude. Not much Brian could do there. He just got ran down.
Indeed, that was a very sportsman move of Jeff.
Good play by Jeff.
Power on that tag.
All right, Sasha tagging.
In steps Sasha.
Ooh.
missteps Sasha.
All right, good play, staying on him. Way to cut him off there. He wasn't looking, and tag. Yeah, Jeff really was just didn't have his eyes back at all when he was coming over that mountain, and it's a very, very important thing. It's really sketchy because when you're striding over top like that, you know, not looking where you're going is pretty sketch, but it's kind of needed. Hunter, absolutely wild, dude.
Genuinely a thrilling new find for World Chase Tag. He has got 4 evasions.
Interesting choice on the lazy boy there by Hunter. Yeah, Hunter's just not really cutting him off anywhere good, and that's probably an evasion there. Yep. Good job, Sasha.
He wasn't good enough just there. Incredible. Sasha is the powerhouse this tournament.
Yeah, Sasha played that super well. Just stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. That's and especially not stopping the bay. The bay is starting to become a super, super dangerous spot for an evader because chasers are getting very good at it. Good job on Joe to push him out of there. I would have stayed up on the front line, but he was able to cut that corner and get the tag. That was good. What I'm talking about here for the ridge here, Joe comes in, comes over perfect, pushes him out. But what he does is he bounces off the ridge and falls to the ground here. If he would have just stopped right on the ridge here, turned around and stayed on the front line, he probably would have caught him right in the lazy boy out here, just because this is such a quick move. But for Joe to hit this and still drop to the ground, it's just that extra half second to where it gave, I think that was Sasha, time to get out and bust out on the front line. I mean, Joe still played it really well and cut the corner and got the tag on the sisters, but I mean, in all reality, you want to get that lazy boy interaction. So if Joe would have stayed up, been patient, and just ran down the front line, it probably would have been an even more solid tag. But played it super well. Good job.
And that was very impressive, was it not, Carl? The way he could change direction like that. Joe is a master of precision. He came in exactly where
see that time to drop. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it does make a difference. But Joe was just honestly fast enough to cover that up. All right, let's see if Joe can get a second evasion here.
It was Joe Unruh who got the point on the board for Tempest earlier on, and off he goes with Jake Markovich trying to hunt him down.
Playing it super well, keeping his eyes on the chaser. Look back, looking good. This is such a dangerous move for an evader, and if at all possible, should always avoid it. Let's jump to the quad cam for the very first time. Quad cam. All right, so here we have starter plate just to get everyone oriented, and tilted cube. So Joe is the O. APK Grey chaser is the X. Now, this is such a dangerous move for evaders. It's so hard not to do because you make this choice for whatever reason not to go over the sisters here, which is going to be the safer move in this situation. Joe decided to go cross court and jump over this little tray right here, and it is honestly so incredibly dangerous because that gives the chaser so many different options here to where they can trail behind, and then once they are here, they have the option to dive under the front line. They have the option to dive over this tray, which they don't have to slow down. They can just run full speed and dive. And then they have the option to thread this gap. It's so difficult as an evader because really your only choice, it's so hard to do a full 180 look back to see which option your chaser is going to be doing. Everyone always ends up jumping over. They'll either pull around and land here, and then that dive through the gap is almost a guaranteed tag on you, they'll jump out into the open here, which then your chaser really just dives over that tray and gets the tag, or they'll pull around and try to come out this way. But if the chaser is playing it right, they can kind of tell which one of these directions you're going, so they have an answer for every single move you do in that situation. So if I was an evader in this situation, it's either you always go over the sisters here, or if you really want to cut back around, you can do something a little bit wonky and jump through and go back under the mountain here, or come across this little tray table in front of the mountain here and then get over and behind the ridge. I think I made that way more complicated, and I'll try breaking that down in like future videos a little bit better, but I try to always lock it out of my mind going across court like that, because me as a chaser, I absolutely love it. It just puts me in such a powerful position over the evader. All right, back to it.
Joe unfortunately got caught up near the ridge, like is very common in this tournament this year. Jake, though, kept
see, like, there's just nothing you can do. Even if he decided to do that thread gap through the ridge, he probably still would have gotten tagged.
But now they're looking at his head, so unless he's got nits or dandruff that they just want to check.
A little head check there.
Obviously, not only is the athlete's safety important to make sure they haven't got any head injuries, anything like that, but if there's any blood on that quad, it needs sorting out, because you don't be slipping on that. Surely he's not going to try and evade holding.
There's been talks about making athletes wear helmets, and I personally am very against it, because if you can compare our head injuries to many other sports, I would almost think that it would be more dangerous for us to wear helmets, just because it's like that little bit of extra volume on top of your head. You'll probably clip the actual helmet on the bars way more than you'd ever clip your actual head. Brett's playing it well, locking him in. He probably should have had that tag right there. Yeah, super close. Come on, big dive. That should have been a tag as well. That should have been a couple of tags there from Tempest. Just wasn't really fully committed. That could have been a super big dive and just wasn't enough. Close. That was a good evasion. All right, Hunter. That is such an interesting start. And Hunter is insane once he gets up under those threads, and especially in that tilted cube, I've seen him do some pretty wild moves by sneaking his head up under. And once he's in that position, you are complete. You're just done. There's nothing you can do.
This is a death zone. You don't want to get stuck behind the tilted cube when your opponent is in the middle of it. APK Grey send in Ryan. Have they been keeping their powder dry
All right,
on this
well
one?
played for Ryan, pushing him out of there right away, and see that same exact move and got the tag. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is Ryan played that super well. You could see that. Yep. You could see that he just slowed up last second. He could tell which way Hunter was going and just popped right through that gap. Yeah, actually, let's go back and watch that again. Pushes him out really well. Right here. Ryan, this is actually such a good view, because Ryan can see exactly what Hunter is going to do here, and he doesn't have to make a decision on what he's going to do for another 2 steps. So as soon as, let's hop forward, boom, there, Ryan has him dead to rights. Honestly, if Ryan wanted to just keep on powering and do that dive over that tray, he probably would have had the tag. But in this moment, he slows up just a little bit to see what Hunter's doing. Hunter puts his left hand onto the ridge, and he knows that he's pulling around. And Ryan catches that, and it's just such an easy tag going through that ridge. Boom. Beautiful. Very, very well played as a chaser.
That was a great thread through the ridge by Ryan. He saw Hunter
Boom.
going around the ridge, and he knew exactly what to do.
Nice.
You got a thread, you got to get that tag. It is match point. If Sean Nierenberg cannot get the tag,
See it, Sean.
then that is it for Tempest.
Good setup from Sean. Probably should have stayed on the front line there.
In with a chance of going further in this year's tournament, and he's hopping around the middle as Ryan races around the outside.
Oh, Ryan's playing this well. Big. That was amazing by Sean. Very, very good move.
To keep Tempest in it.
Sean, he has not been buckling under pressure this entire competition. He's really showing
Let's blow it out of that.
Made that move through
That was
the
such a
lower
close
bank.
tag.
He's known for this throughout the past days of competition.
All right.
Seems to be some confusion in the APK.
See if you can tie it up.
About who goes in. It was going to be Wenxin.
I don't think Fank has come out at all. Brian.
This is a big man.
I think this is their second matchup together in this competition,
It is
or in
still
this
match
match.
point APK Grey. Can the Predator put them through
See it.
to the quarterfinals? Up onto the tilted cube. And
Just
eases
not
up
cutting
onto the
down any
distance.
distance here. Did a really good job staying on top. Oh! And this probably is an evasion. Ugh. That was... Yeah, just Brian did not at all
We are going down.
really put Sean in any positions where it was too close to getting tagged. He just wasn't able to set any of those traps.
His opponent, Brian,
I mean, not that he played terribly, it's just Sean did a really good job of keeping his eyes on the chaser all times, and especially when Brian's like doing a lot of these big leaps, it's really easy to just kind of call him on those.
Tempest could win this. Sean needs to evade.
See it, Wenxin, good dive out.
But if Wenxin gets the
Nice.
tag, he does.
Very well played by Wenxin.
And we are going to a sudden death chase.
A little sudden death action.
To the quarterfinals to face none other than the defending champions, Apex Moon. Tempest send in Hunter, and APK Grey reckon Ryan has got his number. Tempest star evader Hunter crouching under
Interesting
the mountains. He has
start.
done a number of times to great effect
Under
in
the
this
mountain.
tournament.
Oh, Hunter got super lucky right there.
Very, very quick tag, but a tag of any kind. He's going to really set them up. But look, the time is going. We are
There, good job cutting off the corner. There we go. Push out of there. No way. That was... That was kind of wild. Honestly, there wasn't a lot of technique going on there, and I am the first one to understand that, like, for a long time I was playing with zero technique, and these guys were literally just running. Hunter was running laps. It didn't really seem like he was looking back too much at his Vader, which honestly Ryan could have taken advantage of if he cut the corners a little bit more and set some traps, but in all reality, if you just chase someone down, unless you're faster than them, you're probably not going to catch them. All right, Joe.
It has to be the full
Let's see if he
20
can pull this off.
seconds or his teammate
Yeah, that might be it.
going home. And Joe Unruh knows that. And it means that he can
Come on,
bide his
cut him
time.
off. Don't let him run. Don't let him run. What?
And it is a real
I forgot about this tag. That was insane.
dramatic end to an incredible contest.
God, Joe is so good.
Reach the quarterfinals.
Yo. That was such an incredible full commit tag by Joe there. Dang. Good job. Tempest takes the win. Peace.